Welcome to our laminate workshop. Here you will find out step by step how to achieve perfect working results for your home. Ready? Let's get going. For your laminate laying project, you'll need the VLC 800 laminate cutter, wolfcraft universal wedges, knee pads, a hammer and mallet, a handsaw, a flat square, the laminate fitter, a contour gauge, the level gauge and miter box, the hammer pulling ledge, the MG 600 caulking gun, as well as a pencil, ruler and utility knife. Only one thing is really needed to turn this beautiful period flat into a dream apartment: the perfect floor covering. Here we've opted for click laminate without integrated sound insulation. You're about to see for yourself just how easy it is to lay with the right tools. Let's get going. Room temperature and humidity cause the laminate to swell and shrink. The material should therefore be left in the middle of the room for at least 24 hours to allow it to adapt to the room climate. You should determine the laying direction of the laminate based on the incident light. Here, the high windows are the main light source. The joins will be less visible later if you align the laminate in the direction of the light incidence. Please note, if you want to lay the laminate directly onto a screed floor or if you have underfloor heating, we recommend laying a vapor barrier. For this purpose, a 0.2 mm thick PE foil is laid in a trough form and approximately 4 cm up the wall. Next, lay the soundproof insulation and follow the relevant manufacturer's instructions. If you're using a laminate with integrated soundproof insulation, this step is omitted, of course. There are various methods of laying click systems. Here, we're clicking the first row of boards together at the ends and then pushing them firmly against the wall. In order to achieve clean transitions to the doors, the door frames have to be cut accordingly. Take a laminate board and place it in front of the door frame. Then use the wolfcraft fine handsaw to make the cut. This is ideal for working at floor level thanks to its curved handle. The fine handsaw is suitable for left and right-handed users and can be converted in a single manual action. Now you can push the first row of boards against the wall and achieve a flush finish under the door frame. Always provide an expansion joint. We recommend a distance of 10 mm between wall and board. The wolfcraft universal wedges make this task particularly easy for you. Thanks to the latching mechanism, you can uniformly obtain the desired dimension for all the wedges. Once interlocked and inserted, the wedges are guaranteed to retain their shape. Insert 2 wedges at each butt joint. Not all corners have perfect 90-degree angles, especially in period flats. The wolfcraft angular bevel gauge helps you to measure the correct angle. Simply push it against the wall, then align and lock the legs. Using a pencil, you then transfer the line for the cut onto the laminate board. The laminate cutters from wolfcraft are an elegant alternative to jig or miter saws. Using these, you can work quietly, dust-free and without power. The easy, clean cutting behavior mean that fitting the last board is child's play. Once again, ensure that you provide a 10 mm expansion joint. Repeat the same procedure for the second row. The strips of soundproof insulation should not overlap and should be laid in the laying direction of the laminate. You'll be amazed at how quickly you can make progress with the right tools. In order to determine the length of the last laminate board, align them parallel to the last but one row of panels. Now, transfer the position of the end face onto the end of the boards using the wolfcraft universal angle and a pencil. With the laminate cutter, you can cut the laminate to the desired length effortlessly and with precision. You can use offcuts with a length of at least 40 centimeters without difficulty to start the next row of boards. The wolfcraft professional mallet can be used to create a joint-free overall appearance. The aluminium protective strip ensures an extra long lifetime and optimal transmission of power. The longitudinal profile is suitable for all laminate thicknesses and optimally protects the tongue and groove. The laminate is pressed together perfectly with a few measured strikes of the hammer. At this point, you could alternatively use the hammer pulling ledge, which will, however, become indispensable when laying the last row of boards. First, though, the last row of boards has to be measured and adapted. For this purpose, the wolfcraft laminate fitter is ideal. If possible, the last row of boards should be no narrower than 5 centimeters. Adjust the laminate fitter by simply measuring off the width of the laminate board. Now, transfer the longitudinal distance between the wall and the last board but one onto the laminate. Here, irregularities in the line of the wall are taken perfectly into consideration. The device also automatically takes the 10mm joint spacing into account. The VLC 800 even manages longitudinal cuts effortlessly. Slipping or jamming during cutting is effectively prevented. This is ensured through an integral toothed cutting strip. Incidentally, the VLC 800 is also a highly effective vinyl cutter. With the hammer pulling ledges from wolfcraft, gap-free joining of the last row of boards becomes child's play. A unique 3-in-1 product, it replaces a hammer, mallet, and pulling ledge, and can be used for all laminate thicknesses exceeding 7mm. Simply insert it into the expansion joint and pull the limit stop firmly towards you. The hammer pulling ledge can be used on any laminate joint in place of the mallet and hammer, both in the pulling or pushing direction. You can measure off the positions of heating pipes, etc. using the contour gauge, simply and effortlessly. Release the tracer pins. Push the gauge against the heating pipes to copy the contours. Then lock the gauge. Transfer the line onto the board and saw out the shape. Done. That's how quickly laminate can be laid in a complete room. You can now remove the wedges. Now all that's left to do is install the baseboards. With the bevel gauge and miter box from wolfcraft, you can master this task with ease. This 2-in-1 product measures any angle from 85 to 180 degrees and transfers it directly to the handsaw. Perfect miters are guaranteed without fiddly finishing work. Place the miter box in the corner of the room and slide the 2 adjustable legs right up to the wall. Now, place the baseboard onto the guide surface and saw straight and vertically between the guide pins. Now the other side. The pins always act as an automatic angle bisector for the relevant miter cut. The result? Perfect miters in 2 steps. Following this principle, you can measure and transfer any internal or external corners and transfer them to the saws in no time, even in period flats with lots of corners. No miscuts, no head scratching, but results worthy of a carpenter. So you see how quickly a dream floor can become a reality, effortlessly and faultlessly. And if we can do it, you can do it too. Our ingenious solutions for laying laminate make it possible. wolfcraft, for perfect results from the outset.